Well, hello, my friends. I think we are slowly coming online, getting ready for another treat because today, at part of the Live Inspired in Studios with John O'Leary, we welcome you to webcast number, do the drum roll please, webcast number 31. And today, leaders, bridge builders, friends, members, we talk about probably my favorite topic. It's gratitude. You see the slide up there right now. You'll see my face here in a moment, but before you do, take a good look at the subtitle, take a great look at the question, look to the left of it, and then get ready to answer it on the chat feature. So, gratitude, how it elevates friendships, how it overcomes challenges, how it ignites freedom, and how it begins forgiveness. That's what we'll be talking about. But before we dive too deeply into it, I want to hear from you. So as you wake up and take a big sip of coffee on this Monday morning, answer the question, how might your life improve if you could find gratitude for even your greatest challenges? That might sound a little Pollyannish right now, but I think as we unpack gratitude today, you're going to see how important that is, not only in living into gratitude, but all aspects of your life. So, my friends, here we go. I want to welcome you by faith into our community. Hey, it's John O'Leary welcoming you to, believe it or not, if you live in the St. Louis area, a snowy Monday morning with John O'Leary. Here we go, my friends. Last month, you may remember, I showed you this picture. We showed you this lovely image of a bridge coming over flowing waters. And I shared with you a poem called The Bridge Builder. It is one of my favorite poems. It's a powerful read. And what we committed to together, so both me and also you, is this idea of not only growing in leadership for ourselves, for our own success, for what it might mean for us and our journey up the corporate ladder or relational ladder or spiritual ladder, even this idea of individual freedom, individual success, individual joy, but what it might mean for those who come in line behind us, how we can build a bridge backward and how we can do it together. How we got this great idea from our main man, Patrick O'Leary. Patrick is my brown-haired, brown-eyed, joyful little boy. He's my second born. And in church not long ago, when he reached into my wallet and said, "Hey, Dad, give it all, give it all." Well, he's kind of been reaching into my wallet ever since. So what we announced last month, for those of you who missed it, is that 100% of revenue, that's not profit, 100% of all dollars that you invest into your leadership program here at Live Inspired in Studio is now going right back into the community. So last month we wrote several checks. We gave a lot of donations to individuals, small cases, causes. The largest was this one. This is Joe Metz. I met Joe at a conference in Cincinnati at a group called Vistage. He's a business owner. He's turning 65, and he recognized that there were a lot of folks around him who were being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Not only was it affecting the individuals being diagnosed, but it was also affecting their families, because what affects one impacts all. This is a further reminder that we're all in this thing together. It is interconnected city, people. Let's act like it. Let's build bridges, not walls. Let's do this together. Well, Joe, recognizing that he's called to be a change agent for good, decides he's going to go on a bike ride. I don't know about the last time you went on a bike ride. For me, it was 3 weeks ago with my kids. We barely made it up to McDonald's for some pancakes before we turned around and came home. So that for me, that's like a 1.5 mile ride. Exhausted, drink my coffee while they eat their pancakes and then go back home. 3 miles, success. Joe, on the other hand, is not riding to McDonald's with a bunch of kids in tow. He's going to ride 6,500 miles for his 65th birthday. So I hear about this story and I say, "Hey, Joe, when you are in St. Louis, Missouri," because I got his little map, he's going to go way up to North Dakota, come way down through the mountain range, make it just south into San Diego, come across the deserts into Texas, back up north to Missouri before returning back to Ohio. So I said, when you're near the St. Louis area, we want to celebrate you. I want to meet you. I want to hear how it's going. And if possible, I want to record a podcast with you. So Joe made his way, biker shorts, bike and all the way back into St. Louis. That's him. That's him after 6,200 miles of pedaling. The dude's 65. 6,200 miles of doing this thing by himself. Not hanging out in Ritz-Carltons, not having a camper going behind him. There's no chase car. He's doing this by himself. Most nights he was in a hammock looking up at the stars. This guy is riding for a cause greater than himself. And so on behalf of the Live Inspired in studio, we, my friends, were able to write him a check for more than $2,000 because of you, because of your belief in growing not only yourself, but in building that bridge backward with us. And so this is the kind of stuff you and I are doing now. This kind of stuff you and I are doing now, which is very exciting. But we also recognize here in our organization, hopefully you're feeling it wherever you are tuning in today, that we want to be influential not only for like large not-for-profits and people who are riding 6,500 miles, but in the little things. Because what I recognize as a young boy who got burned, the little things weren't. What I recognize as a kid who struggled sometimes in grade school and high school afterwards, the little things never were. What I recognize as a man going through life today, married, kids, aging parents, all the stuff that we have going on, all the plates that we're balancing, is the truth that the little things in life aren't. So here's my ask of you today before I get into your questions and your share. Who else can we share, members? Who else can we impact, bridge builders? Who else can we touch and elevate through our generosity, through our reaching out, through our love, through our donations, through our dollars, by showing up in their lives? Who else can we serve? The ask of you today is that as opportunities come across your desk, come across your life, come across your neighborhood, your synagogue, your church, your mosque, your workplace, your paper, whatever it might be, that you reach out to us. Email us at studio@johnolearyinspires.com when you see an opportunity that we have collectively to make a difference. It could be little things. John, I think we can send a book to this kid. I think you can send some prayers this way. I think you can visit these folks next time you're in Tupelo. I think you can, KC Chuck, write a check for an organization. I think this woman who I live next to her could use a hand with something. If there's something that you see in the community around you that we together can build a bridge and remind them they are not alone. They are not alone. I'm in. Obviously, we won't be able to say yes to every single thing that comes across your desk or ours. But we want to say yes as frequently as possible and together build as many bridges as possible so people will realize they are not alone and the best of their days remain in front of them. So studio members, bridge builders, leaders, and heroes, as opportunities present themselves to you, email me, studio@johnolearyinspires.com. Okay? So back to the original question. How might your life improve if you could find gratitude for even your greatest challenges? I'm going to come over here. We're going to go full screen because I want to see clear, and I want you gentlemen, you bridge builders, see me nice and clear too. Hello, I am with you live and in living color on this gorgeous Monday morning. Here we go. First, I want to recognize the veterans, both in the house, those of us who are members and veterans, those of us who raised veterans, those of us who are daughters and sons to veterans, grandsons and granddaughters to veterans, but in particular, those of us who are spouses, partners, or married to veterans. Your service does not go without being noticed, and your sacrifice is monumental. It's helping change the arc of society in a very positive, powerful way. So veterans, and those of you who love veterans, I want to thank you for your service. I want to recognize you on Veterans Day today. So thank you, my friends. Now, how might your life improve if you could find gratitude for even your greatest challenges? Let's talk about it briefly. Here we go. Robert G. Robert, we welcome you, brother. Looking to complain less and appreciate more. Right on. Jonesboro, Tennessee, baby. You made it again. I'm glad. Another thank you for the veterans. Totally agree. Grateful for another birthday. Right on. Heather. Going through a rough situation with my mother, but I can find gratitude and I can improve my attitude. Thank you. Totally agree. And K2, we'll leave it here for now. K2, we welcome you. You know we love you, brother. Grateful for the challenge and for being in the challenge. There's a lot there to unpack, and we are going to be doing it together. As you continue to come up with answers, don't hesitate sharing them with me today. Anytime you see that little pop-up icon that says chat, it means I want to hear from you. This exercise today is going to be a contact sport. So if you were hoping to come in and passively watch a football game or baseball game or chess match, you are going to leave here in 50 minutes very disappointed. I am going to be stoking the flames a little bit today so that you can see more clearly, more brightly what is in front of you in your life and the powerful effect gratitude has to influence what happens next. Okay, so Rona and Chris, I'll share yours as well. Chris says to find more joy, right on. And Rona, find one more thing to be thankful for, just one thing. Well, we're going to find one thing today, Rona, and then we're going to find a second thing. And you're going to be adding commas to it, comma, comma, comma. We're going to begin by saying, okay, so where are we going with this? Where are we going to take this today? Here we go. As you ladies, as you gentlemen, as you members, as you bridge builders know, we always kind of like to point the arrow toward where we're going together so that you can expect this, not only of yourself, but of me. So today, by 11:30 Central Time, with this topic on gratitude, you should expect that we talk about how we can improve your friendships at home, in the office, the community, with a loved one, with a parent, with a son, a daughter, a niece, whatever it might be. We're going to be talking about how you can improve your friendships and how gratitude will elevate that. Secondly, how we can overcome your challenges. This sounds like a medicine too good to be true. But as we go deeper into gratitude today, you're going to recognize it's not too good to be true. It's too good to miss. And because we're so busy in life, we're missing the opportunity to have grateful hearts for everything. So we're going to be slowing down. We're going to be pausing. We're going to be taking slow bites of the days, of the moments, of the opportunities and challenges that are in front of us. So we're going to talk about overcoming your challenges through gratitude. We're going to ignite greater freedom. I love the story you're going to hear in this one. Some of you may have heard it before. I don't think many of you, though. I whispered about it in episode 7. We are 31 deep, people. Way back in episode 7, we talked a little bit about this one, so we're bringing it back to life as we talk about igniting greater freedom through gratitude. And then fourth and finally, begin accepting forgiveness. One thing ironic and odd, and I think overlooked too frequently about forgiveness, is it is imperative to tether forgiveness with gratitude. And episode 4, bullet point number 4, is going to point us in that direction. So here we go. My friends, take a big swig of whatever you got in front of you. Bloody Mary, water, coffee. I'm not here to judge you. Whatever it is, take a big swig, buckle up, open wide your minds, your hearts, your journals. This is not a podcast. This is studio. This is time to roll up your sleeves and get ready to embrace the gift of life that is in front of you today. So let's talk about those friendships, okay? Let's talk about those friendships. You're going to get some powerful benefits by opting intentionally into gratitude. This is open for you every single day of your life. So you may want to write these down. You may just want to sit back and listen. But here are 5 that you can expect on the front side. Okay? You're going to become more resilient, more relaxed, more happy. You're going to become less stressed, less angry, and less envious. This is good stuff. But there's also a personality benefit. The first is how you feel inside. The second is how you appear to others. Okay? So as you appear to others, your personality, you are going to appear and actually be more optimistic, more generous, and that's good, but you're also going to be a little bit less self-centered, a little bit less egocentric, a little bit less materialistic, also very powerful. Third, socially, you're going to be kinder. You're going to have more friends. You're going to have deeper, more life-giving relationships. And for those of you in intimate relationships, here's some good news for you. Write it down, circle it, and expect it. You're going to have greater intimacy. This is good stuff. Fourth, physically, more energy. That's good. You're going to feel better. You won't even need the coffee. Longevity. You're going to hear a study here in a moment that's going to talk specifically about longevity. But for those of you looking not only to have better years, but longer years, gratitude is a great way to get both. You're going to have improved sleep and you're going to be less sick. Professionally, leaders, I know many of you are tuning in, man, how do I climb this ladder more effectively? Well, here it is. Gratitude will allow you to manage more effectively. You'll achieve greater goals more frequently. You'll be more productive and you'll be stronger at networking. which will lead, if you kind of sum all this up, if for those of you who like balance sheets, at the very bottom, you're going to get joy. Not like that kind of joy. Keep your eyes at the bottom. Not like that kind of joy. Not even like that kind of joy. We're talking about the kind of joy that doesn't whisper that things are better. But when you walk into a room, onto a stage, into a classroom, into a patient's room, you are going to be on fire with joy. It's going to set you apart. And it's not fake. It's real. Both during the seasons where it's snowing outside, you're outside shoveling later on, and also during the seasons where you're harvesting. You're going to have real joy as you step in intentionally with gratitude. Friendship. I was telling a couple of our leaders here in the office earlier, like, I'm basically using this picture in front of you right now because I like monkeys. Okay, I like chimpanzees. I think they're awesome. But there's a lot that research around the relationships chimpanzees show one another that we can learn from in our own lives as we look into, as we lead forward, and as we love one another. What are you talking about, O'Leary? I'm glad you're asking. There's some remarkable research on reciprocal altruism. There's a fancy word of basically saying what you do for someone else eventually comes back into your own life. It's true in the chimpanzee world. What they find again and again and again and again and again and again as they do these experiments is as you explore. I'm going to go full screen with you for a moment. That's how fired up I'm about chimpanzees. We're doing full screen right here. Those who are kindest about giving hugs, pulling lice from their little buddies, encouraging others to share food with one another in the chimpanzee world, are those who also receive the most hugs, cuddles, food given to them freely by another chimpanzee. There's this whole network that they're seeing, that those who give the most in this little world of chimpanzees are actually the ones, believe it or not, ready for the drum roll, who receive the most. Those who give the most, those who love the most, those who cuddle the most, those who pull the most bugs out of their little friends are also those who have little hands all over them trying to love them right back. It's true in the world of chimpanzees, my friends. This is good news for them. I'm telling you right now today, though, it's true for us. So yeah, there's an exchange of goods and service over time. That's great. But gratitude is the emotion that regulates our response to altruistic acts from others. But then it motivates us to do so in kind. Gratitude, it's fuel for the journey relationally. It's when we have gratitude and not expressing it. It is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So I want you today to not only wrap up a present relationally, but to give it. Okay? So here we go. Stretch those arms. Where's your journal? Here's mine. You'll need this in a moment. Okay? I want you leaders to identify 5 people who are part of your life today, who have positively, profoundly, effectively, lovingly impacted your life. I'll give you a moment. Write down 5. Casey, Chuck, K2, Rona, Heather, Matt M. 5. Those are my 5. Identify 5 people, leaders, bridge builders, friends. Please do write this down. This is an exercise. We're going to take 5 minutes on this one in a moment. Okay, everybody's got 5 names. Behind each name, identify one characteristic that best defines them. K2, resilient. Rona, loving. Casey, Chuck, most faithful guy I know. Matt M, love. Heather, passion. Those are my 5. What are yours? Write them down. 5 names, 5 attributes. And get ready for my favorite part because it's coming in a moment. We are going to take a 4-minute, 30-second pause from your regularly scheduled program, from you tuning in to my life and my ideas, for you to tune directly into your life, into your ideas, into individuals who have influenced you. I have in front of me, courtesy Sandy Montgomery, who I love and respect, a bunch of notes. This is how simple my paper is. Pretty plain, pretty open. And for the next 4 minutes and 37 seconds, I'm going to be putting pen to paper. I'm going to be writing a few love notes. I'd like you to go through that list. You can start at the bottom or you can start at the top, but you're going to have 4 minutes and 37 seconds to write love letters, gratitude letters, respect letters, appreciation letters, whatever you want to call these letters, to people who have influenced you, people who are part of your life. I recognize in my own journey that the things and the individuals that are closest to me, I most frequently take for granted. Maybe you're similar. Maybe it's been a while since you've told your parents thank you, since you told your daughter you love her, since you told your spouse or partner that you would do it all again. Maybe it's been a while since you told your coworkers, you do great things around here. Thank you. Well, let's do it now then. Let's just pause 4 minutes and 37 seconds. And the reason for that length is another one of our dear friends, a studio member, a guy named Mike Mattingly, wrote a song called Grace, Peace, and Gratitude. It's an awesome song. I'm going to play it right now. It's my favorite rendition of it. But with his voice and that song and those words in the background, with your pens in hand, my friends, we're going to do this exercise. And some of you right now are thinking, dude, we'll do this on our own time. You share content. That's your job. Share content. Fair enough. But what I found is what we don't stop and pause and do, we frequently get busy, forget, and move past. Not today. We're going to take 4 minutes and 37 seconds to say I love you to a few valuable people in our lives. If you do one letter, success. If you do all five, you're a fast rider. Success, though. Okay, so take 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes right now, my friends. Music will be playing in the background. I'm going to be right over here writing love letters too, and I'm looking forward to you doing the exact same thing. Here we go. Enjoy this exercise. Open your hearts. Open your hearts wide. Here we go.